That's exactly what I was doing.
I'm up all night just to hear a story. When I'm with her, there's no hurry, holding on to every word she says. I'd do anything just to see her smile, sip rosé, watch Grace for a while, try some things I never thought I would. But that's just what you do when you're in love. When you're in love, forever never feels too long. Every melody sounds like a song. Your heart is so light, feels like you could fly above. When you're in love, I never knew what a diamond cost, but it's the greatest thing I bought. Your priceless heart was the easiest I do. So when we laugh or when we cry, know that I'll be by your side. Come with me, I'll always choose you. 'Cause that's just what you do when you're in love. When you're in love, forever is just getting started, and you still haven't seen the best part yet. Who knows what's ahead, but we're hand in hand, that's enough. When you're in love, when you're in love. My favorite memories are starring you. You're more than I deserve, it's true. We're stronger now after all that we've been through. A life without you isn't lived. I wouldn't trade my greatest gift. No fairy tale could ever dream this up. Yeah, that's just what you get when you're in love. Yeah, when you're in love, forever flies by like the wind, and you do it all over again. You're still my best friend. For these years I thank heaven above. We're still in love. So thank God above when you're in love.
Good afternoon. We're gathered here today to join Brian Hoagland and Rachel Goldjar in marriage. For those of you who don't know me, My name is Matthew Buck, and I'll be the officiant of the wedding. I'd first like to thank you all for coming and helping us celebrate the love that these two amazing people have for each other. You have come from all over the country to be here today, and I know Brian and Rachel greatly appreciate having you all. You may all sit down, sorry. That could have been fun, though. Now, when Brian and Rachel asked me to officiate the wedding today, I was just a little bit nervous. It's not really the public speaking thing, but I'm a notorious wedding crier, so I had to promise that I would keep it together until at least the reception, but after that, no holds. Brian and Rachel have been together since college, and over that time, I've had the privilege of seeing their relationship grow and evolve. They've been together through good times and tough times and everything in between. These moments have only strengthened the bond that the two of them have for each other. These two fantastic people are complementary in every way and always help each other learn and grow. They are caring and understanding, supporting and loving. I can see from all the faces out here today that Brian and Rachel have a wonderful support system. Your love for these two people has helped to shape their relationship and turn them into the people that they are today. Brian and Rachel would like to share some vows that they have written for each other. Brian?
Rachel, I stand here before you, ready to call you my wife, my teammate, my partner in crime, and my forever. The second you walked into my first class ever at Keene State College, I was completely taken aback by you, and I still am standing here today. From the moment I met you, I knew you were the one, despite it taking me a long time to let you know that. The second I saw you drinking a bottle of wine with a wrestling championship belt around your waist at my parents' 70s party, I knew we were destined to be on this altar one day. When I got on one knee and proposed to you, I said that I didn't understand that love was a feeling until I met you, and that's still the truest words I've ever said. As your husband, I promise to love and support you every single day. I know that together we can overcome anything and accomplish anything together. I promise to be your weighted blanket every time those Sunday scaries pop up at the end of the weekend. I promise to always check your alarm to make sure it says AM and not PM. I promise to work through any obstacle life throws at us together as a team. I promise to give you a shoulder to cry on when things get tough, and I promise to give you an ear when you need someone to listen, even though my listening skills are below subpar. I promise to always check to make sure the front door is locked, even if I just locked it 4 seconds ago and you even heard the click yourself. But most importantly, I absolutely promise that those times we are just hanging out and laughing together, I will still stop and turn to you and say, I love that we're in love. These things I promise you and give to you today and all days from here on out. I love you.
Oh, we can't get it. Oh, boy.
Brian, throughout the past 6 years, you have been my person. The person who has been my best friend and partner. The person who has been understanding, caring no matter how grumpy I wake up from a nap or come home from work. The person who I can count on to make me laugh every single day and to tell me how I like my burger cooked when we go out to eat. And now you will be my husband and I will be your wife. As your wife, it is my job to be there for you. Be there to celebrate the joys. Be there to listen if you've had a tough day. Be there to pick up the pieces. And be there to cheer you on through any endeavor you wish to pursue. I promise to always appreciate you for being you, for your amazing sense of humor, your confidence, and your passions. Yes, that includes wrestling. I promise to always cherish your kindness. You truly are the kindest person I know. What other man goes around the grocery store parking lot putting away all of the carts that are carelessly placed? I promise to never take for granted all of the little things that you do for me each day. Things that I'm sure you are aware of, like washing my coffee cup after work, but also for the things you do for me without realizing the impact. The hugs after a long day, the kisses on the head between rounds of video games, the texts at lunchtime, and everything in between. One of my favorite things about us is how much fun we have together. The simplest things in life with you are fun and silly. Cooking, lazy mornings, watching our summer game shows, and even that ride to find the northern lights that just ended up being the moon. I look forward to even more laughs together in the future. I look forward to finally getting a dog. I look forward to the adventures, the obstacles, and the opportunities to grow together as husband and wife. I look forward to seeing you become a father and falling more and more in love with you each day. As we grow old, I promise to keep our love alive, to be spontaneous and adventurous, to work through problems and find solutions together, and to never forget how precious and genuine our love is and to cherish it each day. I love you more than I can put into words, and I can't wait to finally be your wife.
There's a saying that these rings are supposed to represent your love because neither are supposed to have a beginning or an end. But I don't believe that's entirely true. I know your love had a beginning. It began with parties at Keene State and Sizzlers at the Hoot and Scoot. It began with nachos at Cobble, beers at Lab, and heart-shaped pizzas at Athens. It began with meeting each other's friends and parents. It began with holidays and birthdays together, graduations, first jobs, and your first apartment. It began when you got down on one knee, and it began when you said yes. Every day, your love continues to have new beginnings. But that saying did have one thing right. Your love does not have an end. Everyone you invited here today already knows the connection that you both have. But let these rings be a symbol to the outside world of the unending love you both share. Brian, if you could please take this ring and put it on Rachel's finger. I didn't buy him.
I'm sweaty.
Brian, if you could please repeat after me. I take you, Rachel, as my wife.
I take you, Rachel, as my wife.
Let this ring always be a symbol
Let this ring always be a symbol
of my undying love for you.
of my undying love for you.
Rachel, if you could please take this ring and put it on Brian's finger. If you could please repeat after me. I take you, Brian, as my husband.
I take you, Brian, as my husband.
Let this ring always be a symbol
Let this ring always be a symbol
of my undying love for you.
of my undying love for you.
Now, with the rings exchanged, there's one final piece to make this all official. Do you, Brian, take Rachel to be your wedded wife, to cherish in love and in friendship, in strength and in weakness, in success and in disappointment, to love her faithfully today, tomorrow, and for as long as the two of you shall live?
I do.
Do you, Rachel, take Brian to be your wedded husband, to cherish in love and in friendship, in strength and in weakness, in success and disappointment, and to love him faithfully today, tomorrow, and for as long as the two of you shall live?
I do.
By the power vested in me, by the state of New Hampshire, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Brian? I would now like to introduce you all, for the very first time, Brian and Rachel Hoagland.
You are the love of my life. You set my heart on fire. Before we met, I was lost. Till we could carry on. I'm losing my mind and I can't speak. Can't believe that you're here with me. I'm losing my mind and I can't breathe. You know that all I want
Two worlds collided. I see forever in your eyes. You're everything to me, darling. I can't believe we made it here. Now I promise you
Okay, you can hear me okay. First of all, on behalf of my wife Maureen, Gary and Cindy, I really want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for coming here. It is a beautiful place. We know it's not an easy place to get to, but it is a beautiful place, and we certainly thank you all for making the drive. As far as Brian and Rachel are concerned, I'm not a ventriloquist, but I think I can speak to Gary and Cindy when I say that it's really been a joy watching them grow together. We've seen their love grow, we've seen their quirkiness grow together. They've spent a lot of time with both of us, and it's just great to be around. And as far as their friends and their wedding party is concerned, I can't thank you enough for being so nice to these guys and making them feel so special in every aspect of everything that you guys have done throughout every step of this. And I just want to thank, it's not only the wedding party friends, it's the other friends as well. But I want to thank everybody for that because it really makes all of us feel great, the way that you guys interact. And one other thing, there's some people who aren't here because they couldn't make it. And there are some people who aren't here because they are no longer with us, and I'd just like to say that we hold them in our hearts on this very special day. And it might be the same person for some people, it might be the different person for some people, but we certainly think of them on a special day and we love them all. Thank you very much.
Much anticipated. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel T. And I've been friends with Rachel G since kindergarten.
And my name is Leanna, and I've been friends with Rachel since the 6th grade cafeteria, when my parents put an apple slicer in my lunchbox every day, and Rachel was, for some strange reason, abnormally interested in it, and therefore in me. So thanks again, Mom and Dad, for all the freshly cut apples, but most importantly, for my first best friend.
And while I've had the pleasure of growing up with Rachel, I've also been lucky enough to be friends with Brian as well. I mean, I've had plenty of time to get to know you over the 4 years you courted Rachel before asking her out. From our days in college, I've had endless stories of Rachel, but my favorite appropriate story has to be when we both decided to go to Keene. We had different dorm rooms, so we figured that we would try to do our own thing, but it was either the day before or the day, or even on the car ride up, that I texted you and I was like, so lunch? And you were like, I think God, yes. She was my only friend who never made fun of my rock polishing obsession or the fact that I never remember how I preferred my eggs. Still don't. We've had over 20 years of memories, from snacking on whatever 6-course meal you brought to each and every cross-country race, to chugging boxed wine from Pumpkins, to closing the windows and child locking the doors of my Camry, forcing you to listen to Chicken Fried until you liked it, and of course watching Brian and you mingle it up at every house party. And I, and a lot of the people here, got to watch it all unfold, especially from the top of your fridge. So all I have to say is, Brian, you survived the dino hand phase. It's gonna be an unbreakable marriage.
Rachel, the last time I was at my parents' house, I was looking in my closet for old yearbooks to find some cute messages we may have written each other. I'm sure there were plenty of inspirational quotes about having a great summer and inside jokes that only a 7th grader would understand. But instead, I found a cutout of the Providence Journal article about 5 underage kids from Barrington, and some of you know the rest. I am so lucky to have a friend like you by my side. Thank you for being with me through it all. The Farmville stage, the watching American Pie before my parents got home from work stage, the taking the public bus to Newport phase and getting stuck there because we literally spent every last dime we had on matchless sweatshirts. Thanks, Mrs. Goldeye, for the ride home. The drink too much Francie and go down the laundry chute phase. Sorry. smiling every day for the rest of your life.
So Brian, thank you for being a great addition to our friend group.
A caring husband.
And animated storyteller.
And most unfortunately, an alarm clock that you just can't snooze.
So just in case Brian and Buck forget.
Cam and Buck, but who's counting?
Sorry, Cam.
We wanted to. Okay, try again.
Okay. So when Cam and Buck forget,
We want to end with a toast. So everyone, please stand up. Raise your glass and help us say cheers to the beautiful, happy couple. We love you so much.
All right. Hello, everyone. You've already heard from me once today, so we'll keep this short and sweet and get everyone moving a little bit closer to dinner.
All right, before we get into it, let's have a quick hand for our officiant here. Did a great job. I was pretty tempted to put a joke in here about how I would have done a better job, but that's not the case. If you don't know me, my name's Cam. I'm Brian's other best friend from high school, and you can sort of think of me as Buck's less serious counterpart. I'm kind of like the donkey to his Shrek, or the Kel to his Keenan, or kind of the Brian Hoagland to anyone that knows Brian Hoagland.
So, together the two of us are Brian's co-best men.
And that co-is pretty important, because we've always been something of a trio. The Three Musketeers, if you will.
The Three Amigos.
A lot of people in the crowd, especially our parents, might say more like the Three Stooges. We actually even have some photo evidence from back in high school that might make that comparison resonate a little bit more.
The hot guy.
You see, he's the bowl cut on the left over here.
It's a different time.
Yeah, back when bowl cuts were in, same with jean shorts.
So, we've been friends for more than a decade now and been through quite a lot together. But, like so many male friends, our origin story isn't really that great. We just needed more people to play video games with.
And don't forget that Brian had a really fun basement to hang out in his house. In fact, it was so fun, it really pushed me to take the leap to try and move from an acquaintance of Brian's and the gang's to a friend. So it was our first day of senior year of high school, and Brian and I had anatomy class together. I had hung out with him, Buck, and the gang at Brian's a bit the year before, but I hadn't really seen them over the summer. So I saw Brian was in the class, and I thought, oh, he's fun, they're fun. I'll try and sit next to him and maybe get an invite to hang out at his house after school. So I sat down, and we talked, and we laughed. We filled out an icebreaker survey that asked our favorite genre of music, to which Brian wrote mashups. I thought that was a joke at the time. It certainly was not. And it was a different time. At the end of class, like music to my ears, I heard an almost begrudging, as if out of pity, just for the effort I put in. So, a few people are coming over to my house after school to hang out in my basement if you, want to come. Little did I know that pity invite would change my life. I also didn't know that it was the first example of me benefiting from Brian's very best trait, an uncanny ability to bring people together.
It's always been his strong suit, and it didn't stop once he went to Keene. So, Cam and I, like any good friends, we'd come up to visit, and we'd probably have to block off a half hour to walk 5 minutes down the road. Brian stopped to talk to every single person.
Every single person?
I mean, sorry, But what's the story with that little Brian exaggeration? However many delays Brian being chatty cost us, it was his outgoing personality that really led him to find Rachel. And it was clear that she was perfect for him from the beginning. To this day, I'm actually impressed she somehow manages to keep him in check while also allowing him to be ridiculous at the exact same time. I don't think any of us had any doubts from the day they met, even all the way back in college, that today they would be together.
What we didn't know back then was how Rachel would really bring everyone into our lives herself. It's amazing to look around tonight and see all the people that we know because of these two. And it's not really just friends. I look around this room and I see roommates.
We both see a second set of parents and a home away from home.
Love you guys.
You knew that one.
And of course, a very special gal from Barrington, Rhode Island, who's near and dear to my heart, Maureen Goldreich.
Now, they say a man is judged by the company that he keeps. Cam and I are pretty fucking awesome, so you're welcome. But truthfully, I know that Cam and I are better people for having you both in our lives and just allowing us to be a part of your wedding day today. And also, I really want to thank Rachel for getting 3-piece suits that are a little bit better than the abominations we decided for in prom.
So I'd like everyone to raise their glass. Brian and Rachel, may your marriage bring you all the happiness in the world, and let today serve not just as a celebration, but a thank you for everything that you've given us. So without further ado, to Dinah!
Next we're going to buy Brian and his mother Cindy.
met you in the sun. Saw my plans come undone, 'cause I knew you were the one. So we, from Paris on one knee, with a letter and a ring, got married in the spring. Oh, the day I met you, I think I met myself. I don't ever wanna be with anyone else. We got the kind of story that the stories would tell, different than I've ever felt. And I know we've got our whole lives, no ending this inside. Darling, all I wanna do is be with you. And I know we've got our whole lives, no ending this inside. Darling, all I wanna do is be with you tonight. Yeah, yeah, be with you tonight. Yeah, yeah, be with you tonight.